So we're in Merthyr Tydfil today, looking at one of the test routes. One of the instructors have kindly given me one of the routes to put into SatNav to see how we can actually deal with unfamiliar roads. Now, the last time I was actually in Merthyr was back in 1989 when I done my driving test. And on my first attempt, I did actually fail for not doing an overtake. At the time, I thought it was the right thing to do, going uphill, and knew that I was going to be turning left. Examiner said I should have taken the opportunity to actually take the overtake. Don't assume that you know where you're going. So there's a little bit of a tip as well, is never assume that you know where you're going on your driving test. So I'm just going to set the sat nav up with one of the routes which I've been given, and then we're going to see how this goes. So sat nav's all ready to go. It says that the drive itself is about 24 minutes. Let's have a look how this goes. So, usual thing, I'm going to look around the vehicle, make sure that it's all safe to go. The driving test centre is actually on my left hand side. I just didn't want to go in the car park just in case there's anyone coming back off the driving test. So, good look around the vehicle, make sure everything's all good to go. Just going to wait for this gentleman to...
destination at 12:24 p.m.
So when the sat nav does cut in, I will go silent just so you can hear what the directions are. And we're gonna make our way and see what happens. I haven't driven this route yet, so I don't know what to expect. Don't know where I'm going. I just know that it's a sat nav route for the driving test. Okay, so I know we're coming up to a turn which brings us out of the industrial estate now. So I'm gonna check
After 100 yards, turn left. Then, at the end of the road, turn left.
So check my rear and my right mirrors to come around the parked cars. Check my rear and left.
Then, at the end of the road, turn left.
Okay, so straight away, I can see it. I'm joining a 40-mile-an-hour road. I'm not used to 40-mile-an-hour roads anymore because
Turn left.
down in Cardiff, where I normally teach, everything is 20 mile an hour. So straight away, I'm joining a 40-mile-an-hour road. I'm coming out that junction in second gear. Good look around the vehicle so I know what's around me. I'm up into third gear, I'm doing 30 mile an hour. Now I'm doing just over 30, so I'm going to put it into fourth gear. Still checking around the vehicles, just so I know what's around me. Not familiar with these roads at all now. A lot has changed in the last 30 odd years since I was last year. Going into a 30 mile an hour zone, so I'm just checking around the car and dropping it back into third. And now I'm doing 26 mile an hour. I'm not going to go to 30. This vehicle's in front, and I can see on the sat nav that it's telling me that there's a roundabout coming up at 600 yards. So I'm not going to overthink things and try and get right up to the speed limit. Sat nav's telling me I will be taking the first exit left, and it's probably going to kick in when I reach the next traffic light signal sign.
After 300 yards, go left on the roundabout, first exit.
So there's my first prompt, so I check my mirrors just so I know what's happening. I can see the sign, first exit is to the left, so I'll recheck my rear and left mirrors. Left signal as I come into the bend.
Go left on the roundabout, first exit.
And I'm going to pick second gear on approach. I'm doing 17 mile an hour. I'm going to check, nothing coming, nothing which is going to worry me anyway. And then away I go. So I'm still in a 40 mile an hour zone at the moment. It did go back into 30 just before the roundabout. So be aware of these road signs that speeds do change. I'm still in a 40 mile an hour road. The hill I failed on years ago, it's actually up to my right. And I'll point it back out towards the end of the test. It's a long gradient, bends in the road. The road, I believe, has actually changed a lot since I was last year. So I'm doing 34 mile an hour now. I'm going to put it into 4th gear. Still checking round. I'm going to learn a car
After
behind me.
300 yards, cross the roundabout, 2nd exit.
Okay, so just looking at the sat-nav screen, it says that it is straight ahead. So I'm going to check my rear and left mirrors. And start to come off the gas pedal. I'm about
Cross
20
the
cars away.
roundabout, 2nd exit.
I'm going to do gentle brakes and check my mirrors again. Take a left position. 2nd gear, I'm doing 20 mile an hour with a gentle brake. Vehicles coming round. So I'm going to go after the silver Peugeot. So stay to the left hand side. So I'm going straight ahead. Check my rear, my left mirrors. Left indicator to come off. I'm just checking my rear and my right as I come out to the roundabout, just so I know what's behind me and if anything's overtaking me. Now I'm going to be going into a 20 mile an hour zone. So these type of speeds, totally used to this now. But just be aware, if you do go for your driving test in an area which you're unfamiliar with, it is always good to take a few drives around the area to make yourself familiar and make yourself aware of what the speed zones are, if there's any restrictions, anything which will help you on that driving test day. So that's if you're actually taking your test. Right mirror to come around these parked cars, just to make it a bit easier for you on the day. So I'm just going to check my left mirror, just in case I need to come back in for the van coming towards me. But if I hold a position, I don't need to check. I'm just checking just to be on the safe side. Still got a learner driver behind me. And I got an Arctic lorry coming towards me now, but they will wait because of the parked vehicle on the right hand side. He's putting his indicator on. I'm going rear and right mirrors because I've got to come out a little bit further for this parked car because it's not on the pavement like everything else. Making sure there's nothing walking around, and left mirror to come back in. Still got the learner driver behind me. And the sat-nav now is telling me that there's another roundabout coming up in 600 yards now. Still in the 20 mile an hour zone. And just for reference, the sat-nav is saying it's the A4054. Still 20 mile an hour, still checking around. There's nothing much happening at the moment. It's a horrible day today. It's windy, it's raining. Give yourself the extra time you need to think. Checking behind just in case this car on my left pulls out. It's waiting.
After 300 yards, go left on the roundabout, 1st exit.
So I can see by the sign, 1st exit is left. So I'm going to check my rear and left mirrors. I'm going to come into a left position. There is 2 lanes on approach here at the moment. As I come into the left-hand lane, I'm going to recheck my mirrors.
Go left on the roundabout, 1st exit.
And signal. Gentle brake. I've got a BMW coming around from my right. Nothing else coming, so I'm going back into a 30 zone, checking behind, checking my right just in case. Taking it up to 20.
After 200 yards, cross the roundabout, 2nd exit.
I've decided to change up into 3rd gear because I was up at 25 mile an hour.
Cross the roundabout, 2nd exit.
Rear and left mirrors, 2nd exit. I can see that it's straight ahead. Rear, left mirror just before the turning before. Indicator come off, checking my right again, make sure nothing's coming around me. Now I can see another roundabout coming up, still in the 30 zone, so I'm going to pick my speed up, doing 26, 27 mile an hour.
After 200 yards, go right on the roundabout, 2nd exit.
Okay, saying 2nd exit, it's a primary road, and I can see there's a national speed limit. So a primary road is going to mean 70 mile an hour to me.
Go right on the roundabout, 2nd exit.
Back in 2nd gear, I'm in the right position. If there's anything which you see on this video of mine and you think I should have done it different, drop it in the comments, let me know, and then I can get back to you with explanations why I've done something. I'm going to come off in the right hand lane because I've got a BMW flying up my left hand side, and then I'm going to left indicator, 3rd gear, and then I'm going going to drive. I'm going to take it up to 60 mile an hour, 4th gear. My next intersection is a roundabout. It's a mile away, so I'm going to go for 5th gear. I can see I'm catching up the vehicles in front, so I check my rear, my right mirror. It is safe for me to come out. Right shoulder check, make sure nothing has been missed. Doing 70 mile an hour. I'm not going to go for 6th gear, which I've got in this car, because I can see the roundabout sign coming up ahead of me. And I'm going to be turning to the right. So now I'm going to start to ease off the gas pedal gently. So I'm doing 60 mile an hour at the moment. Now I've got the countdown mark at 3, 2, 1.
After 400 yards, go right on the roundabout, 3rd exit.
So rear right mirrors, gentle brake, checking behind again and indicating right. I'm in 5th
Go
gear.
right on the roundabout, 3rd exit.
I'm going to slow down, put the clutch down and then pick 2nd gear with the anticipation that I will be going when I actually get there. Doing 15 mile an hour. I'm going to follow the lane around, leaving my right indicator on. It's pushing me out to the left hand side. Rear left mirrors, left indicator. I'm going to leave a bit of a gap. And then I'm going to start to move forward. I don't want to be blocking any traffic when it's safe for them to go. Another roundabout, I'm going straight ahead 2nd exit. So I'm going to choose the left lane. I can't see any road markings to say anything different.
Cross the roundabout, 2nd exit.
So I'm checking
then ahead.
my
Keep right.
rear and left mirrors. Gentle brake. Entering around about 10 mile an hour. I'm only giving it a little bit of gas to pull me into the roundabout. Rear and left mirrors, left indicator. And I can see that I've got another intersection coming up where it looks like I'm going to be turning right. Back onto a 30 mile an hour road here. So I'm doing 27 mile an hour. And I can see it's a crossroads. It's 340 yards.
Turn right.
So rear, right mirrors. I'm going to put a right indicator on because I've got a vehicle behind me. And I can see now that the right lane is right turn only. So I'm going to cancel the indicator so I'm not misleading anyone. Still got a gentle brake.
Turn right.
Rear, right mirrors. I'm first in the queue on the traffic light, so I'm going to put my indicator back on. Clutch is down. I'm just controlling with the brake. I can see that there's 4 lights on the light box in front of me, which means that there's a filter light. And I'm going to wait to see if that filter light, well, the filter light will be for me because this is a right turn only. If it just goes green, it's not actually. So I need to look for these lights here. So be aware of things like that. It could be that that filter light is for you down there, but it's not. It's just for the left-hand lane, which should just be a green light because it's only those options from that lane. So I need to wait for this light here. And just wait patiently. Lights are changing, so I'm assuming these are going to go next. I'm going to look around the car. I'm going to start to move forward. It is a filter light, so it will stop anything coming towards me. I'm going back into a 20 mile an hour zone, checking round the vehicle. And I got a blue Corsa behind me now. 18 mile an hour. And
After 200 yards, cross the roundabout, 2nd exit. Then turn left.
Okay, so 2nd exit. I'm looking at the sat nav, it is to the right. So I can check my rear, my right mirrors, right position.
Cross the roundabout, 2nd exit.
I'm
then
not going to use the
turn
indicator
left.
for this one because I'm going straight ahead. I'm just going to indicate when I exit. So rear, left mirrors, left indicator. Nobody on the zebra crossing. Still in the 20 mile an hour zone. Got a vehicle in front looking to pull out. They're not pulling out in front of me. But I still know that I've got a blue Corsa behind me.
Turn right.
Van pulling out in front, checking behind again. That car's waiting. So it says turn left and then turn right. So I'm going to stay in the left-hand lane for the moment.
Turn left, then turn right.
So I'm not going to put an indicator on for this one either. Check into my right.
Turn right.
It's not a right turn. I'm looking at the road marking, so it doesn't need an indicator. It's just a follow-through road. So I'm staying in the left-hand lane. Still in the 20-mile-an-hour zone. Road markings are quite hard to see here because of the paved road. So 15 mile an hour. Now I've got somebody who's driving a little bit like an idiot. I can see there's deviation arrows to tell vehicles to get back in. So I'm going to check my right mirror to make sure nothing's coming around me. Can't go in the left because that's a bus lane. And I haven't seen anything to say that I'm able to use that bus lane. So 20 mile an hour now. Roundabout coming up ahead. I can see everyone moving back into the left. I can see road markings to say come back in. So right shoulder, left indicator, and then I'm coming off left here, so I should indicate again. So mirrors, signals. Bit of a queue of traffic, checking behind again. Still got a little blue cursor there. Gentle brake, clutch goes down. I'm just going to pick first gear ready because I can see the vehicles up ahead are actually moving. And I just want to make sure that when I get there, when the space starts to build up in front of me, that I've got the gear ready to go. So I'm still checking around, just making sure that whatever's going to be around me, I know what's going to be there. The traffic is moving quite slow. The vehicle in front hasn't moved, although there is space for it to move forward. But if it's not moving, there's no reason to move. Now I've got a couple of cars gap in front, so I'm just going to use my bike point to pull forward. Clutch is up.
After 300 yards, cross the roundabout, second exit.
So back on the A4054 now. So I'm assuming that I'm actually heading back to the test centre at this point. That was the roads where I actually came out on. So it's still moving quite slow. Gentle brake, clutch is down. Just going to build up that space in front of me again. Clutch is still down at the moment. I'm just rolling along. I'm not coasting. I'm controlling the situation. If I was coming down here at 20 mile an hour and just putting the clutch down and rolling, that's coasting. So it's starting to move again, so I'm going to look for the bite point. No gas. Clutch is all the way up. I'm doing 5-6 mile an hour. I can see the roundabout sign. It said second exit straight ahead, according to sat-nav, but the sign is saying to the right. So I'm actually going to take a right position here. So right mirror, right position. If it was more direct on the sign, I'd have gone for a left position, but I'm taking a right position early. But now what I'm going to do, I'm going to build our space up again to look for any road markings to confirm my position. So it looks like the Corsa wants to go for the left lane. Corsa behind. Zebra crossing, people are crossing it. I don't just, with things like zebra crossings, when you can see there's a good walkway, actually look at the walkway. Don't just look at the crossing. I'm looking across a bridge to my right hand side. I can see there's nobody coming. I'm going to wait for 3.
100 yards, cross the roundabout, second exit.
So I was just saying then, I'm looking for 3 zigzag lines on the floor to make sure that I can move forward. If there's less than 3 zigzag lines,
roundabout, second exit.
I'm going to wait back on the other side of the crossing. So at the moment, I'm still going to hold this lane. Now I can see under the white car in the left lane that there's an arrow on the floor to say left turn only in that lane. So I did choose the correct lane. So I'm going to stay in this lane. Because it's second exit, I don't need an indicator on approach. The blue courser now has just come up my left hand side like I predicted back there. I'm just looking at the position just to see where they're going. So this drive at the moment has been just over 20 minutes. When you're on your driving test, the average drive is about 25 to 30 minutes. So after you've had your debrief, you've signed the iPad, you've confirmed all your details, you've done your show me, tell me questions. Somebody beeping a horn, just checking around the car. Once you've done a park of some kind, you're only driving for around 25 to 30 minutes. Checking to my right, got space coming. So I'm going to check my right mirror and just come round this car a little bit and then stay to my right. Rear, left mirrors, left indicator. And I'm just going to go ahead here now. So yeah, we're back on the 4054 now. And it looks a nice clear road at the moment, apart from the lorry just pulling out in front of me. So I'm looking at all these side roads because I can't remember seeing a sign to tell me what the speed is. So because I can't see anything on the side roads, I'm assuming everything's going to be 20 mile an hour. So I'm just going to keep the vehicle rolling along at 20 mile an hour. I am in third gear. It's a little bit harder to control the speed because the car wants to roll a little bit faster. If you find that you do use a higher gear and you're having problems, check in rear view mirror, lights are changing, gentle brake. If you find that when you're in third gear and the car's pulling you a little bit faster than where you want to go, or whatever gear you're in pulls you a little bit faster than what you want to go and it's a little bit more difficult to control your speed, consider using a lower gear. So you've got a lot more control on your gas pedal. Right mirror to come out. And check my rear as well, just because I want to slow it down a little bit. I can see people are starting to give me a little bit of space, so right to again, left to come in. I can see there's parked vehicles again on the left hand side, just doing 19 mile an hour now. So check my rear and my right, just because I had to slow down for that back there. So this space is pretty, it should be roughly the same. So I'm going to treat it the same. Right mirror again. Start to come back out. Now I can see a red circular sign coming up by the Volkswagen garage. So that's telling me there's either a restriction there or there's a speed change. So now I can see it's 40 mile an hour.
Yards, cross the roundabout, second exit.
So I'm checking behind. Check my side mirrors as well, building my speed up slightly. Because there's a roundabout coming up, I'm not going to change the gear.
Second exit.
And I'm going to go rear and left mirrors, gentle brake. I've got a 4x4 quite close to me behind, so I'm braking a little bit earlier. Rear, left mirror. The 4x4 is turned off now. So now we're back to this 40 mile an hour road, so checking rear and right mirrors. 30 mile an hour, third gear. I'm just going to take it to 35. See there's nobody on the crossing, so as long as nobody's pressed the button, it's safe to go. Because the box is not lit up, assuming nobody's pressed it, there's nobody visible around it. So I've got another crossing coming up, and I've got a roundabout coming up. And it does look like I'm going back to the test centre at this point.
After 300 yards, go right on the roundabout, third exit.
So third exit to the right, rear, right mirrors. I'm going to take a right position, gentle brake.
Go right on the roundabout, third exit.
Then indicate. Second gear, now first, waiting for the white car to come round and then go in. Stay nice and close to the roundabout. Second gear. Rear, left mirrors. Left indicator. Bend coming up to the left, so check my right mirror. I'll just edge out slightly and now into a 30 zone. I'm just coming out a bit so I can see further away to see if I can increase my speed or if I need to slow down for something. So 25 mile an hour, third gear, checking behind. 26 mile an hour. It's just building everything up gradually rather than just trying to get those speed limits straight away. Still in the 30 zone, but I can see there's new signs coming up. So going off originally, the hill, by the way, is over on the right hand side, which I spoke about earlier on. But I failed my driving test, the very first attempt over 30 years ago. 40 mile an hour, rear right mirrors. Picking the speed up, fourth gear.
After 300 yards, turn right. Then, at the end of the road, turn right.
So rear right mirrors. Right indicator. Gentle brake as I come into the box. I can see there's a big
Turn
box.
right. Then, at the end of the road, turn
Selecting
right.
second gear. Clutches back up before I get to the turning. My exit road is clear, but I'm going to wait for the lorry. And I can see I'm going back into a 30 zone. So I'm just going to wait patiently. I've just crept forward just to get a little turn on the wheel, so when it is safe to go, I know I'll be able to go in the right direction. So I've got a bus, a van, then a Range Rover. So just check my rear and right mirrors, making sure nothing's coming around me. Here comes my space. Checking behind, checking to the right. End of the road and turn right.
Then you have reached your destination.
So mirrors and signals, can't quite see to the right. Plus there's a vehicles parked around the junction. So I'm just going to wait. This vehicle's letting me out. If there's ever junctions where there's vehicles parked inside them, always consider first gear, because anything coming from the opposite directions now, where you want to go.
100 yards, you have reached your destination.
It is going to force me into the middle of the road, so it's safer.
You have reached your destination.
It's safer to pick a lower gear just to make sure. So this time I'm going to go into the test centre car park. So mirrors, signals. So the test centre car parking is just on the right hand side here. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to go around the block just in case somebody's coming back off test, and I'm going to turn the vehicle around. So I hope now that just by watching this video, whether you're taking your driving test or you're going to drive in different areas, it's just to make sure that you're looking ahead all the time and you're trying to plan whatever you need to do. You need to be safe. Take in road signs. Make sure that you're aware of everything around you. Make sure that if there are speed changes, you are trying to get up to speed the best you can. So I hope this video helps in doing that, and safe driving on the roads. I will be putting out more videos in the near future, so give us a thumbs up and just wait for those videos to come out. Make sure you turn on the notifications, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.